Hello everyone, welcome back to the workshop here at Rathbone Manor. I'm not going to, or I haven't been to, a car boot sale this week, so I thought I'd just give you a bit of a closer look at two oddities that I picked up last week. Two strange looking tools. I don't know what these are for really, but we'll have a look at those in a moment or two. And I've also cleaned up this little V-block that I bought. So let's we'll start with taking a look at that one, shall we? Okay then, so when I got the little V-block, if you remember from last week's video, it was completely rusted over, and what I did was to soak it for a couple of nights in some vinegar, and it took all the rust off quite nicely. All I needed to do, as you can see, is just give it a gentle wire brush. It probably needs a bit more of a wire brush than this. I'll have to get it on the wire wheel, I think. And as you can see, it's been particularly well loved. Somebody's absolutely loved this V-block. It did actually reveal, where are we now? Can't see it because it's so faint on here, but it did actually reveal, here we go. It has actually revealed a name on here. Now, whether you can actually see that in this light, I don't know, but what it says is Starrett, LS Starrett, Athol, Massachusetts, USA, number 268. So it's quite a high quality V-block set. Now, I wasn't sure whether this was supposed to be with it or not, because they were separate in the little box I dug them out of. I got 3 tools for £1. I can't remember what the other tool I got with these was. But so these two little bits cost me around about 66 pence, which I thought was quite good. Because if you take a look at this here, oh, that's not the right way, is it? There we go. If you take a get in there. Well, if you take a look at this here, you'll see that these things did actually retail originally for about $132, I do believe. So that's quite a lot for such a small little set. But it's quite a nice little set actually. So yeah. It's a bit well used. It's been completely abused, I guess, really you could say. But all the same, not a bad little set. Quite happy with that. Okay, let's move along to the main subjects of this video here. Very interesting. But let's start with this little fellow right here. What is it? I guess we will most probably never know. It did start out life as a rasp of some description, as you can see here. We've even got the edge to it, that side and that side as well, so it didn't have a safe edge to it. Somebody's had this in the forge and they've rounded it over nicely here to get hold of. This is actually concave in here now and not very sharp at all. Concave in there, and it is actually quite nice to hold, so somebody's done a good job just there. Now look what they've done to the other end. Drilled it out here, and I guess he's done that just to stop it cracking, and then we've cut it out. I've had several comments as to what this might have been. Somebody thinks it's maybe for sharpening what do you call them now, sickles and scythe and stuff. And this would be for taking out any dents in the blade. This end would be for sharpening it. Well, I suppose that's possible. Somebody else suggests for scroll work. A blacksmith made this for scroll work. That is equally possible. I have no idea. But it actually cost me £1 last week. I was quite happy to pay that because it's this is again a unique tool. We will most probably not know what this was used for, but if we had the DeLorean, we could go back in time, hopefully find out who had it, who made it and why. That would be really interesting. I did actually clean it up because there was an awful lot of filth on this. It was really disgusting, to be honest with you. You can still see some of the filth in there, look, but it's a little bit more silvery, but you can see from the colour of the thing, I would say this is quite old actually, and so it'd be very interesting to find out who made it and for why. Look, they've even managed to round off everything here. Look, it's been quite well done, I suppose, but it's had a bit of bashing. Nobody took a real, you know, real care in making it. So it's obviously just a utilitarian tool, and that's all. But as I say, it's quite nice to hold. But yeah, if you've got any ideas, please leave them down in the comments below. I was at another stall run by a lady, and she had a whole load of stuff on there, including this little fellow right here. I asked her how much she wanted for it, and she said 50p. So I thought, yep, I have no idea what it's for, but I'm having it. I mean, what on earth? Again, I've had several suggestions as to what it might be for. One of the guys at work reckons it was for filing rabbit's teeth, because we do actually have a, as you can probably see there is a file that runs through this slot here. There we go. So it runs through this slot here. So that was one of my work colleagues suggesting, was for filing rabbit's teeth. Another guy thought it might be a an apprentice piece. You know, you're given a bunch of bits. Here, make something out of that. But I don't know really. And there was another suggestion that it might be a gas torch igniter, in that we would put a flint in here, and this would then create sparks. If you're not familiar with a gas torch igniter or flint gun, this here is what we are talking about. Looks like a gun. We have a flint in this end. We simply pull the trigger like so, and we get some considerable sparkage out of the other end. It's also very good at making smoke rings sometimes. There we go, there's one. Yeah, very good at making smoke rings. Yeah, very good. So yeah, that's as you can see, this is by Murex, and I have used these in the past for setting it off Oxy Acetylene Gas Torches, cutting torches and what have you. Simply get the gas going at the nozzle, and woof, off it goes. So yeah, that's somebody's idea. Maybe we could get a flint in there, but to be honest with you, I can't get a flint in there. These flint guns take exactly the same flint as you would have in a lighter, and there it is, right there, little teeny thing. This is about a half of one, because this is obviously an old lighter that I found somewhere. Can I get hold of it? Yep, there it is. So there is what's left of a flint. Oh, where's it gone? There it is. Right in. Let's see if we can get it into the tool. As you can see, it's far too big for the slot. It's definitely not going to go in there at all. You'd need a custom flint to go in here, unfortunately. Okay, so there's some cotton wool mixed with Vaseline here. Let's see what we can do, if anything. Wallop. Okay, a little bit of a mystery then. It doesn't have any manufacturer's marks on it that I can see anywhere. It's quite nicely made though. It's galvanised materials. We have some brass fittings here. Little these little fasteners here, spring fastener type things. We've got a little spring there. It does need a drop of oil though, because it doesn't always want to run properly. There we go. It's got stuck. But yes, I wonder what on earth this thing was all about. I mean, if you've got any ideas, please leave them down in the comments below once again. Thank you. Okay then, so we've got two mystery tools here. Wonder what they were all about. I wonder who spent how long making this up for whatever he or she needed it for. As I say, you can definitely see it was a rasp at one point or another, and it's been repurposed for whatever it was used for. Maybe scroll work, who knows, maybe snapping something off, don't know. I think Mrs. Rathbone would like to bash me in the head with it for all the stuff I keep buying at the boot sales, but yes, we'll keep that one away from her then. There's this here as well. I've no idea, I really don't. There's just, I like to buy stuff when I'm at the boot sale. I like to buy stuff that I've no idea what it's all about, and these are two very good examples of what on earth are they. We'll never know, I don't suppose. Somebody might know. Somebody might know what this is for. I've tried to do a search online, but nothing turns up. Obviously nothing's going to turn up about this little fellow here because, you know, it's a one-off, isn't it? I mean, the guy might have had 2 or 3 of these, 2 different sizes of them, who knows? We'll never know. And then there's my Starrett V-block here, little tiny thing. I say it's a bit abused, but still usable. And apparently this is the original clamp that came with it. Alright then guys, well thanks for popping over. I'm sorry there's no tool haul for you to look at this week. You just have to make do with these things here. But if you've got any idea what these are all about, please let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to find out. They're quite interesting, aren't they? What on earth? Maybe this was for filing rabbits' teeth. Who knows? But yeah, cool. Alright then guys, well thanks for popping over to the workshop here again. You know, taking a close look at these, a little bit more detail for you. So it's got a little half round file there, so it's specifically made for a certain reason, but what, I don't know. Perhaps you know. Right guys, well thanks for popping over, and thanks for watching.